Hi, and welcome to the daily reading for April 5th. And as always, it's coming from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. And it's every day this year I'm going to be reading from this book, if this is the first time you have popped in. And this is my second attempt at this reading today because I recorded it already, and then it would not upload or it kept saying it was live still and I couldn't do anything with it, so I deleted it. So this is my second reading of this today. So maybe you caught the first one. So everything I say will be different apart from the reading itself. So April 5th. Let me fill you with my love, joy and peace. These are glory gifts flowing from my living presence. Though you are an earthen vessel, I designed you to be filled with heavenly contents. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my spirit. On the contrary, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. As you go through this day, trust me to provide the strength that you need moment by moment. Don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. My spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. That is the basis for your confidence. In quietness, spending time alone with me, and confident trust, relying on my sufficiency, is your strength. And this reading ties in with 2 Corinthians 2 and Psalm. I want to say Psalm 3, but it could be something different. Oh, Psalm 30, verse 15. So when you do that, and if it's your first time that you're kind of tuning in and you've caught this, I've given up my glasses 5 weeks ago, but sometimes I can't see, so I will make a tiny little pinhole and look through that, and it brings the print into focus. So my eyes are getting stronger, and I am doing this less, but it's still a useful tip. You know, that if you're someone who wears glasses and you're out at the grocery store and you've forgotten to take your glasses and you need to see the expiry date, then, you know, it doesn't matter what people think. I do it still. You know, when the expiry date is tiny and I need to know it, I will be found in the grocery store doing this. So anyway, a little bit of a giggle for the reading today. But back to Jesus. Let me fill you with my love, joy, and peace. These are glory gifts. Who doesn't want to be filled with glory? Glory gifts, joy, love, peace. How wonderful! How wonderful to be open to be filled with those things. And we have to be open. We have to be open to receiving, to receive from Jesus, to receive from God. And as we go through each day, you know, it's about this trusting that everything will be provided for you. You will have the strength to get through your day. You're never alone. I think about this a lot, and I can't squeeze it into 5 minutes, which is where I stop my readings. I maybe have to do some longer videos with my thoughts on things like trust and faith and, going through the day. But, don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. We are always adequate. We are always enough. And the doubts that we have about ourselves are these human doubts. Our Christ light, our soul, whatever you think you have at your center, that spark that we were born as and have within us, is always trying to whisper to us that we are enough, that we've always been enough, that the world has told us otherwise and we have believed it. But the truth is that we are always adequate, we are always enough, so never doubt that. And the more that I work with Jesus, the more that I turn towards Jesus, the more that I find him in stillness and quietness and spend time with him and, put him in the passenger seat of the car and chat with him about the fact the traffic is horrendous, the more that I give him all my frustrations, my worries, my impatience, it's gone. It's like having a best friend that you say, oh, listen to me now. and they say, yeah, great, okay, you're fine, and it's done. So even though you won't likely hear the voice of Jesus saying, it's done, I've got it, no problem, it's building your trust and your faith in the fact that that is what happens, in my belief system. Anyway, my 5 minutes is up. Namaste. Love to you all. Bye now.